Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, I'm be reviewing a PS Plus game of this month. I do those every once in a while. I get around to playing a PS Plus game because I'm a PlayStation player, PS4 player, and this game is called Vampyr, or maybe Vampire with a Y, but I'm calling it Vampyr because that Y is there, and that's just what I heard other people call it. Um, yeah, like I said, this is the free game of October, so if you got PS Plus, I definitely add this to your library. I'll come out and say it's not probably a must play, but it's definitely something you should play when you get some time on your hands, or if you have like a vampire itch, like you feel like playing a game where you can become a vampire and kill people and shit. Excuse me. So this game starts off right away, where you are basically seeing everything all weird, and you accidentally bite someone that you didn't really want to bite and kill, and you just became a vampire, and you like awake to this, and you're like, what the hell's going on? So you're set off on a mystery kind of quest to find out who made you as a vampire, why, and there's also like a plague, an epidemic going on in the place that you're on. You're in London, yeah, and you're Doctor Jonathan Reed. So you're a doctor trying to solve the epidemic as well, and you just came back from the war. Um, so yeah, there's just a lot of intrigue there about what started the epidemic, what about it, and why is there vampires and werewolves and shit going on in the world. Um, and then there's two basically full-on aspects to this game. It's an action RPG at its fullest. It's definitely a double A game. Um, it's got its action, which is its combat, which is kind of like God of War or Dark Souls, but a little bit easier. I would say it's kind of like Dark Souls, more or less. Um, it's easier than Dark Souls, but it's much easier than Dark Souls, but it's definitely got some challenge to it. At least the bosses do. But the challenge is on you. Like I said, the combat is pretty kind of basic. I did like the skill tree in the game. A lot of good skills, cool that you could. I mean, it takes a while to get to them, but you could probably definitely beef the hell out of your vampire, and yeah, it's just cool. Um, and then there's dialogue, and a lot of the majority of the game is talking, or at least it's like 60%, 40%, 50-50, maybe. There's a lot of talking. This game's about 15 to 20 hours long. Just the story, at least. There's a lot of side missions to do. And yeah, when it comes to the dialogue, you basically talk to everyone. All the NPCs in the game can be talked to. They have a backstory, and hints and shit that can be opened up by talking to other people in the town and finding out more about other people. Because usually when you talk to people, you ask them the same questions. That's like one flaw that gets really repetitive by the end of the game. Like I said, the combat's really fun in the beginning, and the dialogue is really interesting in the beginning at first. The novelty is really cool of it, but you always ask people like why are they in town, and personal questions about them. I guess you don't always ask them the same thing, but it's very much like at the end of the game, you kind of feel like you're just hitting like a questionnaire. You're just filling out a survey or something of just asking people because you ask everyone. There's a lot of dialogue in the game, and some of most of it's really good though, and is well written. Like I said, you meet these people, you talk to them, and the more you know about them, their blood level goes up, which means they're worth more experience if you decide to kill these people. Yeah, as by a lot of dialogue, I don't say you don't make any decisions in dialogue like The Witcher. I mean, sometimes you'll be talking, and if you click the wrong thing, the wrong answer, you can't unlock certain hints on people. Because usually when you talk to people at first, they're kind of lying to you, or they just don't have the full story on them. Everyone's hiding something or has a backstory, and you got to figure it out by talking to other people. And you can also spy on people while they're doing things at certain points in the game. It triggers some of that. And the more you know about people, the more you unlock, the more experience they're worth, and you can kill people. Killing people affects. I don't think a lot of it affects the story. I mean, it definitely adds a little bit new dialogues. One person I did kill, and like a doctor, and then the nurse that was below him ended up getting kind of promoted. There really was no follow up to that, but I thought that was like not a terrible way to kill someone. You could definitely go, and the more you kill people, the more experience you get. So, and you have to kill people if you want like a full on playthrough, like an average playthrough. You're gonna want to kill a handful of people, because that's just how you level up in the game. If you don't level up, or if you don't kill people, then you're choosing to play on like a harder difficulty in a sense. You'll be under leveled. Um, So you need the thirst. You need the thirst for blood. You definitely can beat the game. There's a trophy for beating the game without killing anyone, and there's like the best ending of all. There's 4 different endings in the game, but that's one of the flaws too. Is I don't think having getting a bad ending really matters in this as much as like other games do. It's just a very minor like thing, and it's more worth kind of killing people and getting your experience and leveling up than trying to be a goody goody two shoes. You might as well role play as this like this secret society underground vampire guy. You know, there's other vampires in the world. You learn about all this conspiracy shit, and like I said, the story is pretty okay, especially after chapter 3 and 4. It definitely picks up in some interesting shit. Combat, like I said, is okay, but like I said, by the end of this, you're kind of skipping through some dialogues, and the combat by the end of the game, you're kind of just running from place to place. There's no fast travel in this game, and God, this game needs fast travel. I'm gonna get into some of the things I didn't like about the game. I did like I said, the dialogue and the combat at first. It was all really fun. Definitely worth checking out. I really like the skill tree, especially. This game has one of the smoothest dodging animations in gaming history. You just kind of like you have vampire powers. It just looks cool and it feels good. But flaws of this game is a lot of double A things. This game is a double A game. It's just not got the money into it. For one, this game doesn't look that good. Like animations suck. There's no such thing as lip sync in this game. The voice acting is good, pretty good. But just like it does have a good environment feel to it, a good atmosphere. It does fit the atmosphere somehow, but textures aren't that great. It's mainly the music that also holds it up. Not that it's not like music I would add to my playlist of like music I would usually add to my favorite music from games playlist, but it's definitely fits the game. It fits the violin of like Dracula music. So that's some positives. But flaws, on the other hand, is like there's no fast travel, and the map design in general I didn't love. There's like 4 cities around this huge kind of map, and uh, the way the game kind of like extended the time was it would put you in a lot of locked doors. You would be told to go to a place, and you would try to go to that place, and it's like right in front of a locked door. This dude says locked door, locked door, locked door a million times in this fucking game, and then you have to trot all the way around, and then get to this area, and then you can open that gate. It's just, and that happens like 15, no, like 5 times. Like that's your mission at the end. Like every mission is that. Every main story mission. There is side missions. I didn't do a lot of them. They just really didn't interest me too much. I mean, you can do it for like some rewards. And like I said, killing people in this game is kind of the better way to go because you actually get some better weapons. Because when you kill people, you unlock or you get their keys to their hidden chests or hidden rooms, and they have weapons or information or something on them. So that's cool. But yeah, flaws was the frustration in the map design. By the end of the game, I was skipping dialogue and skipping out on battles. I was just quickly dodging my way to the next checkpoint of the game. I did really enjoy the boss battles in this game. I thought, especially the last 3 or 4 in a row, were just fun and cool and creative. I thought it was just more fun than fighting enemies on the street. I was so tired of fighting enemies on the street. And this game's only like 15 hours long. It definitely is. It needs to be maybe a little shorter, or it's perfectly the length it needs to be. They should have just designed a few things a little bit better, like the map. Maybe dialogue should be a little bit more immersive or interactive. You're just kind of clicking through shit, and it's a lot, especially when you enter a new town and there's like 5 new people you can talk to, and they just have endless dialogues and hints to be unlocked. I mean, that could be cool. That is a positive at first, but when you're on your 4th or 3rd town, and at the same time really killing like these random NPCs. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like when you kill random people or people in the world, their district will like go down and it becomes more hostile there. But really, you have to get that shit really low to feel any effect. Because I didn't feel any effect on that for the most part. And you can also heal people in these districts, give them medicine because you're a doctor, and you know. And every time you rest and turn in your experience, a night goes by, and that's how you see your district fall or gain its health level pretty much. So yeah, but I didn't feel like there was really any consequence to that. The consequences weren't there for any of the actions, which is kind of good because I enjoyed the freedom. But then, like I said, I was just unimmersed by the end of the game, except for in the story, the narrative aspect. But even that kind of gets out there. But it's definitely creative. I don't know. This game is worth checking out if you have a vampire itch or you're just bored and you want to play a single player RPG. I would definitely suggest killing some people. There are 4 endings. You know, it between killing like everyone, killing no one, killing a handful of people, or killing more than a handful of people. That's like your 4 endings. I got a bad ending in a sense, but I didn't even really care. The ending of the game is kind of like a Shakespeare interesting story. I did like it, but it was out there. And yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. Check it out on PS Plus this month. A Vampyr October game. I thought it'd go nice together. I am actually going to be doing a horror game next. If you somehow made it to this far into the video, comment down below what horror game you think I'm going to be reviewing. I did say I was going to review Evil Within. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not reviewing. It's not Outlast. I don't like Outlast that much. So yeah, try to guess something else. Yeah. Anyway, my final verdict on this too is going to be a 7 out of 10. It's just good. It's just an alright game. One of my friends, Parker, gave it a 10 out of 10. He was very blown away by this game. But I'm also looking at it with a critical eye. And really, it's just the AA things. Like, it just didn't have the budget. The game crashes a few times. Not really crashed on us. Crashed on one of my friends a few times. But the loading, you would load constantly. You load into buildings. If you're speed running through the city, it loads all the time. There's pop-ins. You know, it wasn't technically good. I don't know. I'm talking too much now, but it just wasn't polished. There we go. It lacks polish. It's got that AA feel. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this drawn out video. I will see you guys next video. Peace out.